every day. The town is full of predator, don't turn a little prey. I flip $1 million out of nothing, make them feel a certain way. Hoping that the switch.
What's good, y'all? FISK Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the FISK. You know why you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Hey, shout out to the FISK unit for getting me them 200 likes last week to get this video, alright? And shout out to y'all for getting another 200 likes on the Rashad Bateman video. Now I'm gonna do a Micah Parsons video. So y'all doing a good job with the likes. I'm gonna keep supplying y'all with that content, so y'all can expect that Micah Parsons video for the next day or two. With that being said, let's talk about Danny Dimes. Now I'm actually kind of happy I waited a week to do this video because I just got out the gym. I'm in the truck chilling, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was thinking, while I'm lifting my weights and whatnot, I get an alert on my phone that says that Alex Smith and the Washington No Names are going to be parting ways. Dak isn't under contract right now. There's a good chance they could trade, they could release him, they could bring him on a franchise tag. We don't know what's going on with Dak. So what I'm going to say is this. Daniel Jones is currently the best NFL quarterback in the NFC East, currently under contract. It's not even close. He's better than Jalen Hurts. He's better than Taylor Heineke. And he's better than Andy Dalton. All right, and then he proved, well, I don't even know if Andy Dalton is still with Dallas. Is Andy Dalton still there? Who the hell is Dallas quarterback if they don't bring back Dak? Ben DiNucci? Yeah, right. Yo, listen, everything is falling in place for the Giants, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go ahead and proceed as if Dak is coming back, because I think at worst they'll franchise Dak. Even if Dak is healthy, Daniel Jones is better than Dak. Let's call a spade here, okay? Remember the year that Dez Bryant, they cut Dez Bryant? Remember how awful Dak Prescott looked? Well, no, he ain't Dak Prescott. His name is Dak Bortles. I don't even feel right calling him Dak Prescott. He ain't gave me a reason to call him Dak Prescott. His name is Dak Bortles until he proved to me that he nice. He ain't proved to me that he nice yet. He's still Dak Bortles. So you remember when Dak Bortles was trash before they got Amari Cooper? Remember how bad he looked before they got Amari Cooper? You know why? He didn't have a number one receiver. He was out there trying to throw the randoms, and it didn't work for him. You know, the same randoms that Daniel Jones has to throw to, Dak couldn't do it. So what happened was, even though he had Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield and the best offensive line of football, because he didn't have a receiver, Dak looked terrible. Then they got Amari Cooper, and then they went on a little run in the season. Whenever Dak doesn't have talent around him, he looks bad. Whenever Zeke was out, he looked bad. Remember the year before that when Zeke was out? Well, what was it? A 6-game suspension? Whatever he did whatever he did to that girl, he had to serve like a 6-game suspension or something like that. Dak looked terrible, god awful. All right, which brings me to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ain't had weapons yet. Daniel Jones don't know what it's like to have weapons. Let's keep it real here. See, what you have to understand is this. As I switch shoulders because this one is too sore, we got to rotate to the other one. Okay? What you have to understand about Daniel Jones is he doesn't have weapons. Daniel Jones' rookie year was a revolving door at wide receiver. It was Caden Smith, the tight end, because Evan Ingram got hurt, and Saquon Barkley was in and out the lineup until December because he had a high ankle sprain. So I'm looking at Daniel Jones, I'm like, damn, his rookie year, he throws 24-12 with no offensive line, and his best receiver was a 5th-round rookie, Darius Slayton, who turns out to be trash. Remember, Sterling Shepard had the concussion. We thought Sterling Shepard was going to have to retire. He sat out most of that season. So when you see Daniel Jones, it's like, bro. Oh, and Golden Tate was suspended. So Daniel Jones has yet to have his allotted amount of weapons. It's not even close, okay? Then you go into this season, And Daniel Jones' weapons are even worse. Saquon Barkley tears the ACL. Golden Tate was he suspended again, or was he just hurt? I don't know what the hell's wrong with Golden Tate. And then he has issues with Sterling Shepard. He was hurt for a while. Shit was bad. Darius Slayton couldn't get open on a high school cornerback. It's terrible, right? But guess what? As the season progressed, once Daniel Jones won that first game versus Washington, he got hot. And here's why Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Every game we needed to win, Daniel Jones showed up. Remember the game for the division 2 years ago when Dak shoulder hurt versus the Eagles? Carson Wentz wins the division with no receivers because Dak's shoulder was hurt. Daniel Jones, week 17 versus Dallas with the season on the line. Daniel Jones on a bum hamstring on one leg and a bum ankle on the other leg went out there and beat the Dallas Cowboys, who were hot. Dallas was pumping. That offense was putting up points. Andy Dalton was looking like bingo Andy Dalton. Things was good. Daniel Jones won week 17. Daniel Jones put us in a position to win the division if the Eagles didn't tank. When we had to play the Eagles at home, haven't beat the Eagles in years, Daniel Jones shitted all over that Eagle team. When we had to play Washington again, Daniel Jones showed up. Hit Austin Mack with a touchdown. Hit Evan Ingram with a touchdown. Daniel Jones balled. Game versus Tampa Bay. It's not Daniel Jones' fault they picked that damn flag up and called our 2-point conversion on, because we could have went to overtime. Daniel Jones could have won that game. That game tying drive he put together was great. Daniel Jones showed up versus Dallas. It ain't Daniel Jones' fault they took 3 touchdowns off the board. The field goal, the pass to Evan Ingram, they took Matt Shea off the board. Every big game that the Giants played, he showed up. He may not have won, but Daniel Jones came to play. And this is without weapons. What I'm trying to explain to the Giants fans listening to this video is Daniel Jones sets the tone for this team. He is the heart and soul of this team. This dude Julio Jones had a bad hamstring. We ain't see Julio Jones the rest of the year. Daniel Jones went out there and played on a bad hamstring multiple games. Then he hurt his ankle overcompensating and still came out and played. Daniel Jones is out there playing with no damn legs. He no leg Danny Dimes. That's what he is. He no leg Danny. Out there still making plays for this damn team. Daniel Jones deserves to be respected. He deserves the benefit of the doubt. His kid is tough as nails. He's accurate down the field. He's fat. He's the fastest quarterback in the league, not named Lamar Jackson. Go ask PFF. There's nothing not to love about this guy. And guess what? He has all the intangibles in the world. Whenever Ingram dropped that damn pass versus the Eagles, Daniel Jones said, well, man, I should have threw a better ball. It hit this motherfucker right in his hands, but Daniel Jones took the blame and said, yeah, I could have threw a better ball. My black ass, it hit Evan Ingram in the hands. That's his job. That is his job. If it touches your hands and you wide open, you better catch it. Period. So, listen, people. Jalen Hurts, I ain't seen enough. Taylor Heineke, I ain't seen enough. Dak, you are proven to be average at best. That's why you don't have a contract right now. Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Period. And guess what? If Carson Wentz was still in the division, he's better than Carson Wentz too, because he outplayed Carson Wentz twice last year. Ain't his fault Evan Ingram dropped the ball. He should have swept Carson Wentz last year. Let that sink in. But I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is FISK Vegas, and I approve this message.